Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Oh yeah.
What up?
Back.
What up? What up?
We're back, bitches.
Hey man, what's happening? How you doing?
Oh man, wonderful Saturday. Great game by Arsenal.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good week. It was a good week for the Arsenal.
Yeah, you want to make some quick points on the midweek game? I don't know. I mean,
you know what? I just had a couple of things I noted, which was basically, and this was early on before he got injured, but Ox, you too loopy with the crosses and stuff. Like, let's zing those in there. Let's zing them in there a little more direct.
Just gonna jump on Ox right from the jump, huh? Poor guy got hurt.
It's just I mean, I did kind of feel bad after he got hurt and realized like that was one of the few notes I took from the game. But
shitty crosses by Ox, I like it.
And then I'm not feeling Gibbs. I'm not feeling Gibbs over there, which coincidentally was corrected on Saturday when Wenger put a new lineup out there. Although I guess, did they say Gibbs got a little knock or something?
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? He's soft. He's soft as baby shit.
He can keep his ass on the bench, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I do like the back three with Holden, Mustafi, and Koscielny. I do like that, and I must say I'm always hard on the guy, the teenage vampire, Bellerin. I thought he looked really good playing as a right wing back. He was a little more aggressive, his crosses, his final ball was spot on. If somebody can just put an arm around the kid and tell him, hey man, you have the ability to play like this all the time.
Yeah.
Force yourself onto the defense. Be as aggressive as Danny Alves, model your game after that. You know what I mean? Faster, better dribbler. If you could just put yourself in those positions consistently throughout the game, you're going to get better at your crossing. And, Saturday, I thought Bellerin had a good game. I'm always hard on the kid because I think he has a lot of Gibbs to his game as far as just, doesn't have that aggression, that, fuck it, I'm going to go for it, But, hey, Saturday he did good. Couple good crosses, couple good assists. He was a little more aggressive. I thought he played well.
Okay. All right. Well,
Arsenal 4-1 over Stoke City. We haven't won there since 2010. It's a place, that has a lot of, bad memories for us. The Aaron Ramsey leg break. And they're just overall a bunch of assholes, greasy. I don't know if they're greasy, but you remember in Game of Thrones with that one dude, he was banging all those chicks?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his daughters, and he just had a whole slew of chicks.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but that's where that they're basing that on Stoke City.
Oh, really?
Right.
It's like a port town.
That's when they built the Britannia. You know what I mean? As like a tribute to that guy. I don't know. But anyway, just never really liked him, especially when Pulis was there. And, they're just a bunch. Ramsey gets his leg broke by Shawcross, and every time Ramsey touches the ball ever since, he gets booed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you faggot, how'd you break your leg? Come on. And it's just like, okay.
Like somehow he faked it.
Well, it was his fault. It was his fault. Shawcross was last seen crying leaving the field because he knew he had just tore this guy's leg in half.
Yeah, and I mean the amazing thing is how many times I've seen Shawcross as a part of something that we would consider reckless, like out of hand.
Yeah, him and Xhaka, they went to the same school of tackling.
Yeah.
But I must say, if we're gonna give some accolades, you know what I mean? Xhaka, another solid game, not trying to do too much. Yeah. Pinging the ball around. Yeah. Not making bad challenges. He's coming along. He's coming along.
I'm gonna, I waited for a little bit because I wanted to see if you would actually bring it up yourself before I bring it up. But come on, man, Nacho Monreal.
Yeah,
this dude, I'm telling you, like, I'd seriously, if I was part of the club, he would be in the running for like Player of the Year
for Arsenal this year.
For Arsenal. I know it's, that probably sounds like kind of like, whoa, that's crazy. But I mean, obviously it's Alexis. Yeah. But I mean, after that, like, I'm serious, man. Like, this dude, he hustles. He seems to always be like there to help the attack. Yet he always seems to be back. When you were talking about the three, Koscielny, Mustafi, and Holding in the back. I like that because I really like Nacho on that wing back spot. I like him out there.
No, if anything, I would give him, the Player of the Year, not from, goals and performing. I mean, he performs well. He had a few rough spots, but the thing he, to me, represents for this team we have, I think Alexis has a little of it, is just like he's down. Like he's gonna give it his all. And, when he does mess up periodically, you can kind of forgive him because the guy just really, really tries. And he's just got heart. He's got a lot. He's got what like Theo and Gibbs and players like that don't have, is that, fuck it. Let's I'm down. Let's just go for it. So, on that note, most heart award. I don't know.
Yeah, I just love the kid. I mean, I really think I think he tries really hard, and I'm not sure if he's being recognized necessarily, and I'm not even saying like league wide, like, is he one of the best in the league? Not all that, but like the fans should really be recognizing and appreciating how hard this guy plays for Arsenal, Yeah,
definitely. He gets a lot of stick on my Twitter feed, but then he gets, he's just one of those guys. I mean, people say he's too slow. I mean, there was a stretch there where he had a few bad games, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's just as solid as he's ever been for these last few, these last couple weeks. So, definitely. And let's see, the Ozil scored a great goal.
Yeah, man.
Him and Alexis, they did like a delayed 1-2, and Alexis found him. Beautiful first touch, and he scores. The thing with Ozil, if you can get like just runs like that or plays like that a little more consistently, I would be able to accept like his lackadaisical, getting back on defense or every now and then. I think he made a hell of a tackle last game, or it could have been the midweek game. And I was like, damn, look at Ozil. But you just really want him to just really, have a little more Alexis to his game as far as like really trying to make a footprint,
Yeah.
And not, the way he plays is so weird and, mysterious kind of, you know what I mean? But you just want him to like, be less mysterious and just be more like, I want to be able to see him play and be like, oh wow, he's really trying to fucking take over this game. Look at him. Kind of like you see in Alexis.
Right.
If we can get a little more of that from him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But yeah, I mean, I thought Ozil played.
And then in the meantime, you got, I mean, I don't, what can you say about Giroud, man? Like, I mean, I'm not even going to act like I'm a defender of Giroud and I've been on his side the whole time and all blah, blah. But seriously, like, I mean, like all the dude has done all season is just deliver. He's just delivered every time that the old man puts him on the pitch.
Yeah. I mean, him, here's the thing. He started today, and when I immediately saw that he was starting, I was like, oh, shit, here we go, switching it up. Danny Boy, he's been playing good. He's just got – but, I think about all our conversations throughout the years of watching Arsenal and Wenger, and we always state, we always talk about him not switching up the competition or switching up the lineup based on the competition. And I think by him starting Giroud today, that showed me that, this is what he's at least trying to do. Because, you want somebody big, physical and strong to play against Stoke. So it was a great call by him to play Giroud today. I thought, to give, Wenger a little credit. I thought he made the right call, even though I was questioning it. Because, he slows everything down. And it looked like at one stretch we did kind of slow down until the goal came, and then it just kind of opened up for us. So, yeah, I mean, Giroud, he's clutch. I like him off the bench. I like him scoring goals off the bench.
I mean, it is kind of a preferred spot for me. And like you said, to give Wenger credit, like, it's a preferred spot that he comes off the bench for me and occasionally starts against particular competition. So,
Exactly.
The way he did it today, I'm going to give the guy credit that, like, he saw competition, realized, like, a slower, lumbering Giroud could still be pretty effective against these guys, and he played him, and it worked.
It definitely. It's even better. It's even better when Giroud plays if we're putting crosses in the box. And I thought Bellerin, we were
putting balls into the box pretty decent all day.
Yeah, so that's the main concern because we usually don't cross the ball, and then at the same time when we do cross the ball, it's usually not a good cross. So having Giroud play in those types with Arsenal, it's kind of like whoa. But when we're able to give him good delivery consistently, then, it's a pretty good situation as far as starting Giroud. So, I give him some credit on that. He did switch. He switched the lineup up just at the right spots. He started Giroud, gave us a little more physicality. So, hats off to Wenger for that. It's amazing what, like, trying to get fourth place a do for like a team like Arsenal. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's switching things up. You know what I mean? It's like the desperation of giving it all you got to get that fourth place.
Right.
It's just, we're seeing tremendous things all of a sudden, So that's a shame. But at the same time, I'm happy because, at least it's re-energized me for the rest of the season because there was a stretch there.
It's gave some kind of meaning to the season here at the end,
Definitely. What'd you think about Sanchez?
The guy is a trip, man. He's like the poster child for like carrying a team on his back kind of a guy, but he's just constantly, even in some of his kind of most lackluster performances, when given the opportunity, he takes advantage of it and he puts the ball in the back of the net, dude.
Exactly. He could be, the most frustrating player to watch, at times, because, especially he's been in an awful form of run, like the last 4, maybe 5 games, but he's still scoring important goals for us. And that's a sign of a world-class player, somebody you need. He's not playing good at all, but he's still setting up goals and he's still scoring crucial goals for us.
Yeah.
So my only thing with him is like, it just seems like he's just, when you watch him play, he's really going for it, working hard. You know what I mean? You could just see it on the screen.
Yeah.
But I think he's going a little too far lately. A lot of loose passes, a lot of trying to take on 3 people. And it's kind of the same thing what happened to Ramsey, where, you know what I mean? Where Ramsey just really, that year Ramsey had that breakout year 3 or 4 years ago, scoring tremendous goals. He really kept things easy. He kept it simple, and he just was trying to just, play the right ball, not too many back heels or things like that. And his career really took off. And ever since then, he's just been.
Well, was
3-touch Ramsey. Go ahead.
Do it. Wait, hold on. Come on, do it again.
Nah, it's cool.
Go 2-touch Ramsey.
And I think Alexis is kind of. That's rubbing off on Alexis. Sorry.
His career, the way, like he stumbled upon that season, though, nobody was looking for Aaron to be the man for us that year. But, I remember, like, we had, like, injuries and things were going, and, like, we didn't really have any, and he was the only one. He was the only one that was, like, making these runs and scoring goals, and just, it was like, who the hell is this? Like,
yeah, totally.
You never seen that out of Ramsey, but, anyway, sorry to interrupt, but,
No, you're absolutely right. And I just think, even when he was doing it, it wasn't anything really fancy. He was just, playing a more controlled within himself game, and things were falling his way. And I think, if, Alexis needs to, somebody needs to tell Alexis, hey, man, you're just trying to do a little too much, pass the ball.
Little too much, yep.
Not too many one-on-ones, just pass the ball and, we'll break him down that way, because he's losing the ball a lot, and he in some of his passes are a little off. So I just think he just, somebody should just tell him, hey, him and Ramsey, stop trying to do too much, play within yourself, let the game come to you, and, you'll get your goals and you'll get your assists.
Yeah.
So,
the reason why I'm not optimistic about the future with both Sanchez and Ozil is something else I'm noticing lately on the pitch. But both of them, and it's usually towards other players, but even sometimes it's towards each other. They are like really quick to like turn piss poor attitude like fast. Like it happens fast now.
Right. You're starting to see the frustration sooner.
Yeah, somebody doesn't make the pass the way they wanted it, and instead of like, encouraging and telling them like, hey man, let's put it like this way next time, they're just like pissy. They're pissy about it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just something that's just kind of it's visible. And, when you're reading like physical messages and stuff like that, you're just like, I just think these guys are gone, dude. I think they've checked out Arsenal, like in their head,
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing, especially with Ozil. You know what I mean? The body language is more, real, just laid back as usual. He did play well, and that's his style. But it just seems like as far as that body language and that frustration, you can really see it from him and Alexis sometimes too, especially, if you're not in the right space when we're trying to press a little bit on defense, you can really see he's frustrated. But the thing with Alexis though, is when he scored that goal, he kind of, I don't know. I mean, I did see it, and a lot of people are making a big deal about it on Twitter and, some of the blogs I look at. He touched the crest, and then he pointed to the ground as is to say, yeah, I'm right here, and some people have read into it. He's definitely staying, and this and that. Who knows? The fact that we're in this predicament, kind of highlights, all the shit, as far as the people who want change have been talking about. If we're a big club, we shouldn't be in situations like this where we're losing our two best players, or not even losing them. We just, fans, supporters have no idea what's going on. So
right.
That's a good take on those two, because I have been noticing, there's a little anger, when things don't work out on the field, a little frustration.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. It was a trip when there was a stretch where Stoke City had like 3 or 4 corners in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just shitting my pants. But, we were really, it seemed like the communication on the pitch, it just seems like it's getting better on set pieces.
Seems like, there's no doubt at all that this new formation has been a better defensive move for us. Defensively.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because right after the third or fourth corner when we shut them down every time, I think that took a lot of their Stoke City steam out of the game, because from that point on we just went on to score goals and cruise to victory. And and again, it's very nice, especially going to the Britannica, whatever it's called, Stoke City, and getting a result.
If there is ever like a playbook against Arsenal, which, it's always alluded to, people talk about it all the time, the playbook, be physical, attack your set pieces aggressively,
Exactly.
So like you said, there's an element of when you go through 4 set pieces in a row and Arsenal defends them all, whether it was luckily or done well or excellently, defended. When you don't get it in, like stuff like that is like when you're kind of expecting, like, this is our chance. This is when we're going to score against Arsenal. And if you don't, then I could see how it would be like a downer kind of,
Yeah. I noticed it took a lot of wind out of themselves just based on the way, way they played for the rest of the game. Like from that point on, we kind of had them. Actually, what's a trip is that, they really tried to get real physical with us too. There was a stretch where, bodies were flying around, tackles were going in left and right. And, you know what I mean? They really tried to intensify things. And this, this leads me to, who's slowly turning into one of my favorite players is Holding. When he went after that one fool, he tackled him really hard, and the guy hurt his shoulder. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And that was it. That was it for all the physicality. The rest of the game, no more crazy tackles. You know what I mean? We just, and I'm not saying, he's some genius where, he did that to stop it. But, it's like what we've been saying about his composure, his maturity, and like he just kind of gets it. Like, that's not really his style of play, but he went in real physical. And, I know he wasn't trying to hurt the guy, but the guy got hurt, had to leave the field. And, like I said, it ended that physicality. There was a little stretch there where they were trying to be real physical, and it ended once he made that tackle. You know what I mean? It's just those little things that further illustrate how good of a player Rob Holding is what he looks like. Composed. There was a few times where he spun out of shit. He was just great. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of the main things I like about like my defenders being kind of calm and composed, like you're saying, is like the ideal defender is a guy that's got like just the right mix of like strength and aggression with composure and a cool head.
Yeah.
If you got the right mix between the guy, then he only chooses to be aggressive when it's necessary.
Right.
Other times he knows, like, let me just hold my positioning and everything will be fine, and so, a guy as young as Holding, you're hoping he's kind of sliding in and figuring this kind of stuff out. But that's a play that is an example of, like,
veteran play,
that type of player I like to see,
Definitely.
Like you say, like, he's not necessarily an overly aggressive guy, but, like, on that play, he spotted it and knew he needed to kind of come in hard, and he did. And he, it's like cool to see a young guy make that decision, and figure it out.
Definitely. And when you see him out there, he's completely unfazed by the situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wasn't even tripping about that whole play. Wasn't even tripping.
Like he clearly gets it. You can see it, and that, that's something to really look forward to. His progression. Hopefully it isn't stunted like some of the other young players that started out great but hung out at Arsenal too long. Anyway, sorry.
Well, I mean, what's a trip is if you would say, if there's one thing, defenders in Arsenal.
They
the young ones that came through our system don't seem to really make it. Like, most of our defenders are usually guys that we've picked up, like,
exactly.
Transferred for and stuff, transfer market stuff,
Right. That's true. And the thing with what I always say is if Wenger's going to stay with the team and he's picking players, he's got to buy players who are already world class so that they don't regress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he might have done that with Holding, unintentionally. Like, we know the potential's there, but what we're seeing on the pitch is somebody, who already gets it. I'm not going to say he's world class now, but with the performances he's been putting in, he's on his way. He gets it.
Yeah.
And so, I just wanted to make a note of that because I did notice.
I don't know. This just came to me. I was just thinking, but with this, like, new thing of the three in the back on the back line formation thing, like, there's going to be more and more defenders, I think, that maybe get recognized as, like, world class or, very good or however you want to, call it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, like, how that might affect, like, all league teams, like the all Barclays team at the end of the year and things like that, you got several kind of center back type guys that you might consider like your best defensive backs. Like,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Backs. I love it. Yeah, no, I completely feel you. You'll see a lot more like, in that midfield, left wing back, right wing back sort of position. You'll see, maybe you'll see more defenders instead of midfielders. I completely hear what you're saying. The thing how Chelsea do it is they'll have Victor Moses on the right side, and they'll have that Alonso guy who's kind of like Monreal. He plays left back, but he can play that wing back position.
Right.
And Wenger looks like he was trying to copy that with Ox over there. When you think about Ox, you think who would you want as your right wing back in that formation between Ox and Bellerin? The easy answer for defensive purposes and going forward would be, Bellerin. But, Ox's aggression and his ability to run with the ball and get a good cross in, he kind of gets the nod when he's healthy. So,
right.
But Bellerin, on Saturday, he did show me that, that can be, a beautiful position for him to continue to progress at and play. He fits that bill. Like I'm not going to say prototypical right wing back, but he's pretty close,
Yeah, no, yeah,
pretty
definitely.
Close. So, things are looking up. We got another midweek game, which is weird because, usually we don't have all these midweek games towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But we got to kind of catch up because there's only one game left, right?
Yeah, we got a game on Tuesday, and then we got the Sunday game.
Okay, against Everton. So yeah, we're playing Sunderland on Tuesday. That should be an easy win. They look like they've completely, Wait, am I going to say this? I just jinxed this. Well, I'm reversing it now that I've noticed that
now that it's been called out.
Okay, so I reversed it. But yeah, they look like they're planning vacation trips. You know what I mean? They're gonna be over here in Vegas. So and then we end with Everton, and we'll just see how it goes. You never know. Liverpool might choke, but the most important thing is that we got to win out.
Yeah, we have to win out, and I think if either one of them just draw one game now, right? If we could win out and either one of them draw a game, we could catch them.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think you're right. So, who knows? See if the old man can work his magic one more year.
I'm rooting for you, Vanger.
Before we talk all that shit about him, and now we're like,
I know, right?
After last year's second place, I told myself I'll never be hard on the old man again. This whole year, but anyway, come on, I get a pass. This has been a shitty year, but it can end positively. Czech. Want to talk about Czech? Last 3 or 4 games, he's been tremendous.
Yeah.
Wonderful saves. I was talking about Ospina pushing him, but he's, clearly the man to be starting. He's looked great, and he's kept us in a lot of ball games these last 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So,
I would even say there's a feel of a lot of the saves that he has made in the last couple of weeks being almost attributed to his experience, his positioning, and just being ready for what is coming his way. He's very prepared and ready to go.
Definitely agree with that. No questions from the listeners this week.
Yeah,
that's gonna do it. Follow the show on Twitter at CITM Podcast. Hit us up on Gmail. Drop us a line, ask us a question, talk shit, feedback, whatever. It's CITMpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can follow me on Twitter at eMarsho, EMARSHO.
Okay. And I'm at Gooner Rush. At Gooner Rush. And anything else you guys like to talk about? If you wanted us to hit a topic sometime on an episode or something like that, shoot us a comment, let us know. And we appreciate you guys listening, following us.
Yes. Thanks for all the support. Take it easy. Have a great week. Also go to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. Caught in Two Minds Podcast, SoundCloud, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just hit us up. And on that note, peace.
Peace. Yeah, but when it hits you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMpodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
The blame.